Our issue with group therapy this week is one that many of you have experienced on both sides of the situation. Here it goes. Help me, Rhonda. My executive and I have an agreement that if he isn't in the office, then I can work from home that day. All other admins are expected to be in the office 5 days a week. I'm also available for any time my executive contacts me, nights and weekends, and more than happy to help out if it is needed. He doesn't abuse this arrangement, but it does make me on call, whereas the other admins are not. I get flexibility in my working arrangement, and he gets me available whenever he needs me. However, I'm getting a lot of pushback from my fellow admins. This is my agreement with my executive, but they are not happy that I can work from home at times and they cannot. And I'm feeling animosity from them on the days that I do work from home, along with a few passive-aggressive comments when I am not in the office. Should I even worry about this? I understand the need to be visible in the workplace, but I also really appreciate the flexibility that I have. Help me decide if what I should say or do with the other admins at work. Now, as you can imagine, many of our responses this week were to tell you not to worry about the animosity that you're feeling. As Carol Fitzgerald from Madison, Illinois says, if they are angry with you about the arrangement you have with your executive, they're mad at the wrong person. But Lori Jo Jaycock from Butler, New Jersey says that since that does create some tension, she suggests that you explain what your obligation is in return from this work flexibility. Lori Jo says you don't need to be BFFs at work, but you do need to be work friendly. Now, Donna Vendetti from Thorold, Ontario, coaches you to ask your fellow admins for their support by explaining the situation. Trying to keep it hidden or low key may be part of what is creating the animosity. Michelle Zaheko from Regina, Saskatchewan advises you to coach them to ask their boss if perhaps they can do the same. Maybe there are situations where it will work for them too. Now, Claire Kumar for Toronto, Ontario says that you should be the one to talk to the executive about building a more inclusive culture that invites rich contributions from more people. Having different rules does not encourage a healthy, equitable, and inclusive workplace. Laura Thurwalt from Houston, Texas, builds on what Claire says. Rightfully so, Laura says that equity in the workplace is why this is rubbing your fellow admins the wrong way. On the face of it, it doesn't appear or feel equitable to them. And while you do not owe your colleagues an explanation, and certainly not an apology, Laura suggests that you consider how you can indicate to them that you are a proud member of your organization's admin team. Laura also advises that ultimately this is an HR issue, not an admin issue, since they are responsible for creating an equitable workplace. Carrie Mealy from Eugene, Oregon says that you should try scheduling a virtual coffee break on one of your work from home days with the admin team to demonstrate your availability to the team, even though you are remote that day. That also creates the cohesive team feeling that Laura was talking about. Dana Hoffman from Westlake, Ohio agrees and says that clearly communicating to the rest of the admin team your availability might reduce some of that tension. Jen Burkhart from St. Cloud, Minnesota suggests the situation be handled by your executive and not by you. They need to communicate what can and can't be done and why, as it is ultimately their decision. And our final tip is from Heidi Howard from Atlanta, Georgia. Heidi suggests that you become an advocate for the others in the office and work the system to ensure that adequate coverage is there during the days when people are working from home. Heidi also suggests that you make sure that when you are in the office, that those are not the days you're dumping work on them. Make sure your in-office days are positive for everyone. Visibility and teamwork are important. However, worrying about what others say about you is a quick trip to stress overload. So we need to ensure that our fellow admins feel supported and that the workplace is healthy. You are available for weekends and off hours. If they want the flexibility to work from home, they may need to make the same or similar concessions, but they need all of the information before they decide. Keeping everyone informed and work as a team. Good luck.